Hey everybody, welcome back to Landshark Garage. So this episode, Mrs. Landshark's going to do most of the work. We picked up this plastic repair kit and we're going to start trying to fix some of the cracks in the dash. And it's basically just like plastic welding from what we've seen. Neither one of us have ever done it, so it'll be something new. But you just heat everything up and you fill in the voids on the dash, and then we've got this product from Polyvance, and it's a padded dash filler, and it's kind of like body putty for plastic. And then we're going to use this SEM 398-53 textured coating and then paint it black, because that's kind of what all our trim is on the inside. So this will be cool. Follow along. Here we go.
If you recall, we showed you this dash several episodes ago after we took it out of the Camaro. As you can see, it's severely cracked. The dash pad is really expensive that we would need to fix it. So we thought we would try to go ahead and fix it ourselves, follow along and see how it turns out. I started out by using a Dremel tool to cut out the edges that were cracked. The goal was to get down to the vinyl that was still attached to the foam, beveling the edges back. And now I'm just going to sand over the top of this with 80 grit paper. Here I found an area where the vinyl was not attached to the foam, so I just cut it back until it was solid. Here I'm using a plastic welder that we found on Amazon for pretty cheap. Using the plastic welder, I warmed the back of the beveled side of the plastic and put that down into the foam. Then using the edge of the plastic welder, I would just melt off the piece that I wanted in there. When I melted off the edge of the plastic, I tried to make sure that it was over the edge of the vinyl so that it was all completely covered. Once I had all the area filled in from the edges to the center, then I went back with plastic welder and tried to smooth out the plastic as best I could so that there wasn't so much to sand off. No clue whatsoever what I'm doing.
Sometimes that's the best way.
Do you think it's gonna work? I'm not sure. Once all the holes in the dash were filled, then I sanded with 80 grit paper. After finishing the sanding of the plastic, I then wiped it down with a cleaner so that I could put plastic adhesion promoter on to help the vinyl dash repair Bondo stick better. The next step was to use the Polyvance padded dash filler that we found. It mixes just like body filler using a hardener. I applied it to all the repair areas that I had done with the plastic. Once the filler had hardened, I sanded it with 120 grit paper. Polyvance actually recommended 80 grit. When I used the 80 grit, it seemed a little harsh, so I switched to the 120. I also used 180 grit paper on a Durablock. I did have to apply some additional filler in some of the low spots. Once those hardened, I also sanded them off. After all the sanding was completed, I applied a filler primer over the sanded areas that I had. I also applied the plastic adhesion promoter to all the areas that didn't have repairs done to them. After applying the 3 coats of the adhesion promoter, I then applied 3 coats of the body fill primer. After the 3 coats of filler primer dried, I then applied 3 coats of the texture paint for dashes that we found. Well, that covered pretty well. Looks pretty good compared to what it was before. Pretty happy with that. And then now we'll be on to the coats of the actual black that we used in the car.
about all I've contributed to this whole project. Then. Hey, but look at wood fire pizza oven. Follow us on our other channel, thelandsharksarefat.com.